one big keyword. We'll look at it together here. Trample. Alright, you put trample on everything with this. Good game. Maybe I should check. I have 8. They gotta have removal for Blade Historian or something, right? So we only have 8. It happened! I'm so happy! What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into Strixhaven's new Turn 3 full lethal deck. That's right, we did it last set with Kaldheim, Turn 3 or Turn 4 full lethal? I think it was Turn 3 full lethal, I don't know. But this time, we're doing Turn 3 lethal, full lethal. Again, different slew of cards, but similar concept. And we got this guy in the deck, Hofri Ghostforge. This is going to be a Dwarven Spirit Winota deck. Had to make sure to say that one right. So this 5-mana 4/5 allows your spirits to have +1/+1 trample and haste, which is by far the most important part of that card there because, well, we'll get into that. Furthermore, whenever another non-token creature you control dies, exile it. If you do create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's a spirit in addition to its other types, and has, when it leaves the battlefield, return the exiled card to the graveyard, which isn't really a big deal for us in most scenarios. It might be in, 1 in 1,000 games, but still. So, diving into the rest of the deck, what is up with Hofri and how does it affect the deck? Well, being able to give our spirits +1/+1, that's kind of nice because we do actually have a fair amount of spirits in the deck. We have Usher of the Fallen, we have Clarion Spirit, and we have Skyclave. New one coming to us, we also have Venerable Warsinger, which we'll get into in a minute, but that sheer number alone, right, what is that, 6, 9, 11 spirits that end up getting affected by Hofri. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't have but 1 copy of Hofri, so I only have 1 copy of Hofri. Also, I don't know how effectively awesome he is in the deck, but this is what I'm essentially going for. So being able to give your spirits haste in a Winota deck means that come that board wipe time, right? One, if you had a Hofri down and your opponent doomscarred you or Shatter the Skies you or whatever, right? As long as they don't exile, as long as they just destroy, you're going to get all those creatures right back anyways, and you're going to be able to, finish off the game. However, if they do board wipe you and your Winota's gone, being able to have a Hofri come down and then every spirit that comes down after it can just immediately swing in, well, generally your opponent spent their big coup de grace in the board wipe, and, well, it's just going to be sort of a free reign from that point, right? They should be control, and you should have a free lane, blah, blah, blah. Now, that's not what you came to see. You came to see the turn 3 full lethal, right? So let me dive into exactly how we're going to get there. Turn 1, Staunch Shieldmate. Turn 2, Magda. We've seen that before, and, well, it's pretty much the same. However, the execution and I think the efficiency of turn 3 got ramped way up. So, diving in, we have Winota, which is going to come down turn 3 because obviously Magda, after the Staunch swings in on turn 2, gives you a treasure token, which means turn 3, as long as you have 3 mana, you can go ahead and play down Winota, swing in. You're going to gain 2 more additional mana off the Magda and the Staunch. Winota, as long as you can pull out a Blade Historian, you're over. That's it. GG, right? Because it gives all of your attacking creatures double strike, and then you just have to pull out 1 other creature. Any other sizable human being, you can pull out another Winota and have it attacking. You can pull out a Bajri's Lieutenant. You can pull out a Kenrith. Any of that stuff is fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You just turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, and fingers crossed. Which honestly, not that difficult. All you need is 3 lands and 3 creatures, which you have 12, you have 4 copies of each of those creatures, so it's bound to happen. However, this deck isn't just like turn 3 or bust, turn 3 lethal or bust. Also, if you have 4 copies of Blade Historian, put 4 copies of Blade Historian in the deck and take out Stormkiln Artist. I'm playing Stormkiln Artist because, like I said, we sort of have this Dwarven Spirit tribal going on, which honestly I don't think is the best way to play the deck, but it is a very nice way, and I like the execution. Honestly, if I was to trim this up a little bit, I would probably cut these things, so y'all have a better idea of what you're actually looking at as far as efficiency in a deck goes. But diving back into everything, we've already talked about Clarion Spirit and Usher of the Fallen. Obviously, these creatures being able to create more creatures off the back of them, and especially this one being able to create more spirits, Insanely good, and the fact that this can proc Winota and this can proc Winota is really awesome. Not to mention the fact that your dwarves also proc Winota, so Staunch and Magda, you know, all go into it. We have a couple copies of Season Hollowblade for an early creature you can go and get down, has Indestructible, and can sort of start just reeling it in the face if your opponent is sort of a mid-range or aggro style deck. Elite Spellbinder. You know, I kind of want to tell people to go 2 and 2 if you have it. 2 Elite Spellbinders, 2 Skyclave. Skyclave is nice, but the problem with Skyclave a lot of the times is you exile opponent's creature, and then they remove your Skyclave at instant speed, and then they have a creature to block the creatures that you're swinging in with. So it's sort of this like back and forthness. Whereas Elite Spellbinder, it just comes down, it takes something from their hand to a degree, right? Makes it cost 2 more. I mean, and it just goes on about its stuff. It has flying, so it's evasive. Has human, so it can be pulled out with Winota instead of activating Winota. So, you know, you really judge that on your own as far as efficiency goes. Right? You generally want to have a pretty good split. Anyways, finally, we're getting down to Venerable Warsinger. While I was saying that, you know, Hoffrey and all that kind of stuff is nice, we have more ways to bring creatures back from the graveyard. So Hoffrey does have his ability of creating tokens and all that, which is nice. And the reason why I said that slight graveyard interaction may matter. If you get a Venerable Warsinger down after Hoffrey has left the battlefield and everything, you know, goes back or whatever. I guess it's not Hoffrey, it's the creature, it's the token creature, right? We'll be able to reproc the Venerable Warsinger. Long story short, it's a 3-mana 3/3 Vigilance Tramper. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may return target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of damage Venerable Warsinger dealt to that player. Now, obviously, if you just get a straight swing in with this card, you can bring anything from Skyclave all the way down. Obviously, having Blade Historian down on the board makes it to where you can bring back 2 creatures, which is, again, really insane. And one of the best of all pieces is the fact that it procs Winota. So turn 3, this comes down, turn 4, Winota comes down, and this is able to immediately bring back some stuff. Now, I will say this, there's a huge benefit in decks that play Selfless Savior. Obviously, we're not one of those decks. I guess you can, if you take out the whole Spirit aspect, you could definitely go in that direction, still keep Dwarves, still keep Blade Historian, and still end up with full lethal on turn 3 if you wanted to have a more sound basis, right? Because Selfless Savior is a great way to make sure your Winota stays alive and your Magda and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, Venerable Warsinger can bring all that stuff back really easy, because all it needs to do is hit through with 1 point of damage, right? And when you have creatures that are giving it double strike and you have other bigger creatures on the board that sort of need more attention, it's very easy for this card to get swept underneath the rug. Anyways, moving us up into our top end, we do have 1 off copy of Bosri's Lieutenant and Kenrith the Return King, which its value not only is great because of Blade Historian allowing this card to deal 10 damage without needing an Embercleave on its back. You can activate all of its abilities. Because of the Magda, because you're able to create these treasure tokens, you can pay that 1 mana cost, that 1 colored mana cost of any slot. So if you absolutely need to return target creature card, you can. If you absolutely need to draw a card or gain life or put a +1/+1 counter, which that +1/+1 counter, I didn't think it would come in handy, but I did see a few instances where we could have put it on Venerable Warsinger and would have actually made a little bit of a difference there. So kind of nice that we're able to activate or proc, you know, Kenneth to his full degree. And last but not least, we have Embercleave. Now, if you have 4 copies of Blade Historian, if you have every card you need to make a full suited out deck, I don't know that you need an Embercleave, because it is sort of copying on top of Blade Historian. But for every moment that you don't hit this card, for every time you don't hit Blade Historian, Embercleave is still beautiful in this deck, and Magda allows you to get down super easy, because again, as I mentioned earlier, you know, turn 3, you swing in, you use the Winota. Let's say you don't hit full lethal, you still got 2 extra mana from Magda, and depending on how many creatures you drew out with Winota, if it was 2, you now have 4 attacking creatures and 2 mana left over, which is more than enough to go for an Embercleave. So again, you're right back to that turn 3 lethal, and you don't have to hit that Blade Historian. So, you know, there's a lot of lines to victory in this deck, and they're all very quick. And, you know, that's very unlike my intros nowadays, because my intros take a fat minute. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this deck tech breakdown, and I hope you actually fully understand this deck and what you need in this deck and what you don't need, because I don't want you to go, you know, print out or, you know, use all your wild cards to buy or build this and then go play the deck and not actually understand how it functions, right? So that's my full take on it. That these are the cards you can pretty much take out. Honestly, you can take out Hoffrey as well if you don't want to go fully, you know, tribal and all that. But that's just my preference. I think it's nice. I think what it adds to spirits and the fact that it's a dwarf it's just a nice little caveat. Same thing with Runeforge. I really like it in the Magda shell, right? And Stormkiln is kind of cool. So this is my own personal preference. This, I think, is the main hole of the deck. This is sort of take it or leave it. If you got it, great. If not, you know, it's a mythic, so don't stress it. Obviously, don't stress it. Anyways, without further ado, we are going to go ahead and dive right into the matches. If you enjoyed this deck tech breakdown in the video in general, be sure to leave a like down below, comment in the comment section, and hey, if you stuck around this long, consider hitting that subscribe button and the bell icon that pops out afterwards. As you know, I bring in daily decks. It does take a little bit of work to get these things up and running and moving, but honestly, the most tiresome thing is all these jokes that I come up with. It's just, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm rambling at this point. Let's go play some Magic. Karis. I don't love this hand, but I am going to keep it because we have the Staunch Shieldmate. If I can find a Magda in one land, which is not absurd, you know, we could do this. I didn't mean to sound like I was starting to beatbox there, but whatever. So yeah, we just need one more mana, preferably a white mana if I have it, so that way I can hit the Skyclave. But or if you just want to give me Magda game, I won't be opposed to that. Come on, Magda me up. Magda all over this face. No? Alright. Well, I guess we'll just drop a Season Hollow Blade. Whatever. Now, I can go ahead and swing in with Staunch Shieldmate, because that fat body has a 1/3 base. No, that's not what I was going to originally say. I saved myself. I don't know if y'all have realized, but oh, Magic is just being ironic with me today. It's just like, what's the funniest situation we could have happen, and let's make it happen. Let's give Chance a laugh or two today, huh? Huh? I'm gonna take your Skyclave. Skyclave for a Skyclave. You know what I'm saying? That's Old Testament stuff. Some people may get that reference. Some people may not. I'm not the most religious, but you know, I'll make a quip here or there. That's a nice topic to avoid in general. So, Venerable Warsinger, 3 mana, 3/3. I can't English. Ooh, we have 3 creatures to proc Winota. I am so very happy right now. Next turn, we can throw down a Kenny. Good old Kenny G. Oh, no, that's not Kenny G. Hey, Kenny. Coming to the battlefield a little early. What you got for me? Oh, no. That stuff's horrible. Get out of here. Kid, go home. You silly goose. This is a very strange deck. Alright. The fact that they traded their Usher, not for the Skyclave, which would have given them a creature back, but for a random pointless 2/2, makes me a little angry. Oh, okay, I get it. I see what's going on. See, and I appreciate. That's okay. That's alright. This is alright. I am glad that I pushed that ECD over to the side. Otherwise, this Venerable Warsinger wouldn't be nearly as good. Now, if I can find a land on this next turn, we can drop the Kenrith, give everything vigilance, haste, and trample. Not vigilance. Take that out of there. It's not vigilance. By the way, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta fix my camera. You see what I mean? It like the focus on it is all screwed up. I'm gonna go ahead and drop Kenny. I think. Do you? I'm gonna go ahead and drop Kenny. Do I swing? They definitely trade the Venerable. They're at 6 mana though, so on the next turn they can definitely swoop up our Kenny. So if I swing in, they trade, and they swoop up Kenny. We're very, very weak. I have an idea. It involves us waiting 1 turn. It's okay, they only have 6 mana. What's the worst that could happen? They take my Kenny? That is actually the worst that could happen. No land, no land. Say it with me. No land, no land. They're gonna doom scar me. You don't want to do that. Search for glory. Beautiful. At least they can't doom scar me. I don't know what they're gonna find here. Maybe another. I don't know actually. I really don't know. I was gonna say Birth of Melitus or another ECD, but oh yeah, I was right. Hey, I didn't think I was actually gonna be right about that. I mean, it gives them another wall, you know, gains them a little bit of life for Reno. And I'm sure at this point. Oh, and it gives them the extra land, right? The most important part of the plan, huh? We'll do this so all creatures can attack, and Winota, swing out. Swinging with the fisticuffs. That's another Winota. I'm gonna decline that. I want to see a Blade Historian. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. So it wasn't turn 3, but you know, we still did pretty good. Some pretty good action. Bam, 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 bam. That's only the first round, baby. So, you. And then we take their Yugen. Yeah. Venerable Warsinger. Pretty good in this deck. Being able to bring your creatures back. Pretty freaking good. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Alrighty. AJ Pajaro or Pajaro? Either way, we're going to keep this hand because we literally have the layout for turn 3 lethal. So this is beautiful. You know, depending that we actually can get there. But having the cards is, well, you know, half the battle. So we'll get down the Staunch Shieldmate. There is the third untapped land that we will need if we're going to do this. Of course, we still need to find the Winota, but, you know. Okay. I was going to say, if they just milled me a Winota, that would be very, very suited to rogues. Alrighty. I hate that our first game every day is either rogues or mono red. Like, I'd almost rather go back to Sultai, you know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, at least I have to, you know, turn 5 or 6 or whatever the heck they ultimatum me. Jeez Louise. Alrighty, so I don't want them to counter my Magda. Maybe I just go for a Clarion Spirit. They have 5 cards. You know what? Let's force them to have it. Whatever. Come on, Magda. You know you want to hit that board. Oh, let's go. Let us go forth, my friends. So we'll swing in with the Staunch Shieldmate, gain that treasure token there. On the next turn, if we draw into an Oda, you know, combo still works. We're still ready and willing and able. Of course, we would need to deal this 2 damage here. I don't think it's going to happen. Well, I mean, we could still get around them, but, you know, ifs and buts and candies and nuts and Merry Christmases. Some people won't get what I'm referencing there, and that's alright. Oh. So, the opponent has decided to play the 3 most annoying creatures in a rogue's deck. Which is funny, because it's also a majority of the creatures in the rogue's deck. Oh, actually, is there a non-annoying creature in the rogue's deck? Hold up. That whole deck is just, like, designed to be kick you in the face fantastic. So I could get down Blade Historian, which will allow us to attack through the Thieves Guild. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. What's the worst that can happen? They don't have enough mana for counter magic, so... There's 2 extra mana. If I want to get down to Clarion Spirit, I can. Maybe I should have went this first, then Blade Historian? No, because that's what allowed us to attack through. Right. Alright, well, let's go for the English is hard for me a lot of the times. Let's go for the Clarion Spirit. Just in case anyone's wondering, the alternate name for this deck was Winota's Dwarven Spirits, or just Dwarven Spirits in general, because, you know, I gotta stop looking at the graveyard. Stop it, Chance. Just look up. I'll just make eye contact with y'all. I mean, how awkward can that be? Probably pretty awkward. Oh, 2 Ruin Crabs. I take my eyes off the screen for 1 second. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, it is turn 4. What would turn 4 up against rogues be if not half my deck in the graveyard? Okay. At least I'm always drawing mana. Fuck yeah. I got 20 in the deck. But the fact that I can draw 8 out of the few cards that I have drawn makes me feel incredible about myself. Tell you what, let's get down this Fable, try and draw out some lands so that way I don't draw anymore into my fracking mother flipping hand, huh? Huh? Do it, Blade Historian. Give them all double tap, double attack, double strike. There we go. One of these days. I wish I had an Embercleave or a Winota or a what's the other big one I need? Kinrith. Right, Kinrith is really, really nice now that we have access to treasure tokens because we can activate any of his abilities. We can bring creatures back from the graveyard, which up against rogues would be fantastic if we could just draw like a normal human being. They are down to 4 life, so it's not like we're not doing anything against them. You know, we are putting the smack down. Why did they not block the Blade Historian? Yes, Magda's giving us mana. Like I don't already have that. Of course, I guess they don't know what's in my hand. But I am at the point where I already have one. I already have Embercleave. So, like, again, I think they should have taken out Blade Historian. Even Clarion Spirit. It gives us more creatures, you know? I don't know. Maybe they have targeted removal here. I don't know. They decide not to play anything, which is a bit suspicious, if I'm being honest. We're going to go for a Seasoned Hollowblade here. I got plenty of cards. Well, I say I got plenty of cards. I got 2 cards to discard to keep this buckaroo alive, so we'll see. We're obviously going to swing all in. I mean, why the heck not, man? They're going to try and take out my Blade Historian. Are they? What's going on here? Heartless Act. They are going to take out my Blade Historian. I ain't gonna do it. You know, the bad thing about Blade Historian is the fact that as soon as he gets taken out, he's donezo. He's goner. His ability, I guess I should say. It doesn't remain through the attack. But hey, you know, here's hoping that we can find lethal before we get milled. I'm not gonna look at how many cards we have in our library, because then I'll just be like, well, you know, screw it. Might as well go now. So nah, we're gonna wait. We'll be all right. We got this. No way, we don't got this. Last card in my deck's gonna be an Embercleave. Just watch the spicy plays here. Watch these spicy plays. You know, the fact that we got rogues down to 4 and kind of pressed them into a little bit of a corner. I'm not saying we absolutely did, but if they didn't have that Heartless Act, you know, that would have been in a rough position. That makes me feel good. Makes me feel good about the deck, about the plays, about the stuff. I don't know how we get through this. Embercleave. I am happy about that. I'm not even gonna lie, I am extremely happy about that one. No, don't check. Don't check. I was like, let me go see how many cards I have left in my library. Maybe, you know, maybe we have a shot. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna swing all in because maybe we have a shot. Let's go. Come on. AJ, don't have it, buddy. You just don't need to have anything, alright? Okie dokie. Now, Thieves Guild should block Staunch Shieldmate. I'm not gonna lie, that's the... Nope. I can understand that one. Sure. They should not lose the Thieves Guild here, though, right? Unless they want to mill me more. I guess that makes sense, too. But we are at least taking out one of their creatures, right? Because they won't get to bring back Wind Robber and the other one, the Thieves Guild. Of course, they are getting card draw. I don't know. I'm just trying to reason myself for why I should keep playing this game. I'm trying to talk myself into it, you know? If I don't, then I won't. Because it's rogues, and it's not fun. But you have to play against rogues. You can't concede every rogues match, you know? You won't be playing Magic. Hey, there goes Kenny. Damn. I shouldn't have looked. Kenny is nice in this deck because it gives all your creatures haste and one big keyword. We'll look at it together here. Trample. All right, you put trample on everything with this. Good game. Maybe I should check. I have 8. They gotta have removal for Blade Historian or something, right? So we only have 8. It happened. I'm so happy. We're gonna get to look through our entire. Oh. Well, now I'm just sad. Oh, now I'm just sad. Alrighty, Tima Kizu. Look, we're just gonna call you Tim. Not Tim, Tim with an E. We're gonna keep this hand. I got a Staunch Shieldmate. You know, yeah, I honestly, I just like starting with the Staunch Shieldmate. I don't know. Maybe I'm strange. Look at that Snarl. It's a Fury Calm Snarl. Fury Calm Snarl. Like the juxtaposition, and I love the artwork, but man, is that a... You gotta say that one slow. Anyways, wish we had found a Magda instead of this silly little Bosri's lieutenant. Ew. It's okay. It is okay. Magda, no, come on. Alright, so swing first. Swing low, sweet chariot. I really want to drop the War Singer, so we're gonna do it. I don't care. Play your counter magic. I see you have perfect mana available for you know, a lot of counter magic actually, but we're gonna do it anyways. Okay. I mean, there's only 2 options there: play nothing or play something. You know. Waste your mana or waste your mana. And a card, I guess. Oh, no. Oh, no. Now, I could go ahead and slam a jam, a slap-a-roo, toss a rooski. Toss a risky? Toss. How big are you? You're only 4? Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't realize it, but you get taken up by Skyclave. You know, it's probably going to be the downfall of that card, honestly. Any card that falls to Skyclave is usually... I mean, I shouldn't say that. There's rogues and all that. But any card that can fall to Skyclave, it's certainly nice, because... well, it makes my Winota deck still kicking. I don't know. For some reason, I was going to say kicking chicken, and my brain was like, don't reference kicking animals, Chance. You already got into religion this video. You really should just try to avoid these kind of topics, you know? So instead, in lieu of that, we're going to... I guess we're going to drop a Bosri's Lieutenant. It makes the most sense as far as damage goes, right? And that's what I care about. What? How much mana does that cost? 6? Oh, they had the treasure token. That's right. That is correctamundo. Alright, so we have 3 and 3. I guess we're fine either which way. If I was to play you, we still have 4. Alrighty. Well, let's go for it then. You know what they say, no time like the present. Clever young spirit. Hopefully they counter this. They do not. Silly fool. I knew they wouldn't. I knew they wouldn't. They were like, no, you got something bigger. You only paid 2 mana for that, and you have 6 over there? Oh, snap. They let it happen. Snap, crackle, and Bob Rice Krispies. Let's go. So that's 6 damage potentially, putting them down to 11 health. It's not bad. You know, we do have potential lethal on board. Next turn. Haven't been lucky enough to see the turn 3. Not that it actually requires all that much luck. Y'all know Oh, it's only 2 damage. So this is bad. This is kind of bad. They're gonna get a 4/4 back. 4/4 is gonna take out Staunch. It's really not a pretty sight for us right now. Not a pretty sight. Of course, I guess that's the kick in the ass with Scott Clave, huh? That's the kickarooski. Maybe I can find a Winota here. I'll be all down. Ooh, yikes. Do they swing with gold? Okay, yes, they do. No blocks. Maybe we can find Winota. Winota. That's a land. Okay. Not happy. Not happy about it. Not thrilled. So if we swing in here, we deal 4, 2, 6. We put him down. We do put him down to 11. We lose the Blade Historian, but honestly, that's got to be worth it. That has got to be worth it to put him down to 11. We need Embercleave. We need. Well, I guess Embercleave's not nearly as good as what it once was, huh? Now that we have the Blade Historian. I mean, we are only running like 1 copy in the deck. It's just it doesn't matter as much, you know. It doesn't bring that oomph, the ambiance, the pizzazz, the showstopperage. I'll stop. Tim, let's go. Block the Blade Historian, you clown. And sure, do that thing too if you wanna. We're getting smacked a little bit, just a little bit. We'll probably give it at least 1 more turn, see what we can find potentially, and then probably call it. Probably call it. We just lost everything, ladies and gents. Not gonna lie, I think Izzet will be good this set, but I think ultimately Teamer will end up being better than Izzet. Generally, 3 colors is as long as the mana base supports it, you know, because they got access to 1 more thing, or maybe even Grixis. But I think Teamer will ultimately win out here. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Izzet just because it is so streamlined, you can get that gold spoon. All right, we got to GG him. We drew too many lands here, really. Out of 16, we drew 7 lands. That's close to about 50%.